Hello and welcome everyone to JavaScript course from zero to hero. Throughout this course, we will discuss each and everything related to JavaScript. So, first of all, what's JavaScript? JavaScript, it's a high-level language, object-oriented, multi-paradigm programming language. Inside JavaScript, you don't need to take care about memory management. It's based on objects. As well, it have different style of programming, whatever imperative or declarative. We will discuss and see together all those kinds of style. So, if we're gonna discuss from web page component, we have three components: HTML, CSS3, and JavaScript inside any web page inside this world. So HTML, it's basically about the component of this page. CSS, it's about the representation of these components. JavaScript, it's about how those components gonna interact with each other, what's the functionality between web page component. So we can conclude JavaScript, it's about adding dynamic effect to web application inside the browser. History of JavaScript. It all began in 90s by Brandon Eakin in 1995. He was working in Netscape and inspired by Java. After that, in 2015, ECMAScript started to release ECMAScript 6. Man, it's a revolution in JavaScript. And afterwards, each year, they start to provide more and more features and empowering JavaScript. As you can see, ECMAScript 7, 8, 9, and 10. And don't worry, we're gonna discuss all of those features throughout our sessions. But hey, ECMAScript stands for what? ECMAScript stands for European Computer Manufacturer Association, and that one for Standard of Scripting Language. Why did JavaScript come? It's basically to add spirit to web pages, to make it interactive with user interaction. Let's talk as well about JavaScript comes from several languages. Basically, it takes its syntax from Java, and string and arrays from Python, function from AWK programming language, first class function it takes from schema programming language, as well prototype based OOP take it from self programming language, and the last one, web events in JavaScript totally take it from HyperTalk programming language. JavaScript is not working today with web only. If you can see Node.js, it's using JavaScript outside the browser. As well in mobile world, you can see Cordova, Ionic, React Native is using JavaScript. As well, Electron is using JavaScript in a desktop application. And lastly, TensorFlow is using JavaScript in a machine learning. Hello back. You can use a variety of editor if you're gonna work with JavaScript. First of all, and the most recommended one is Visual Studio Code, which basically we're gonna work with it throughout this course. As well, you can see Visual Studio Code can work with Windows or even Mac OS, or if you are working with Linux, it's also supported. Perfect. You can also download Sublime Editor and start working with us using this editor. As well, you can use Atom. Atom as well support Windows, Mac, Linux, whatever. Or you can use codeben.io. All you have to do is to go to this website and just click Start Coding, which it will provide you three files: HTML, CSS, JavaScript. You start, put your code here and there and there, and you can find the result is here. Moreover that if you are writing JavaScript code, you can find your result inside this tab, console tab. And the last one, if you would like to work with JavaScript in a desktop application, you can use Node.js. Please refer to my complete course in Node.js so you can know more about it. But throughout these sessions, we're gonna focus only on JavaScript throughout web.